For some jobs in the UK, having a valid driver's license, having access to your own car, and knowing how to drive is a requirement. So for you to get such kind of jobs, you must have your own car, have a driver's license. That is why when you go to apply for such kind of jobs, you will see it's boldly written as one of the requirements. The candidate must have a valid UK driver's license or have a valid driver's license. So if you don't have that, you might not be able to get such kind of jobs. Also, for some places in the UK, you might not really need to have your own car because they have good transportation network, good transport system, and all of that. I think places like London, but there are some other places where it is more convenient for you to have your own car. So it will be more convenient and easy for you to move yourself and your family around from place to place, so you need to have your own car if you live in such places. So in this video, I'm here to talk about driving, buying and owning your own car insurance, car tax, getting your driver's license, car finance, basically everything about driving and owning your car in the UK, especially if it's going to be your first time buying a car in the UK. So this video is important, especially if you want to do that. So please stick around with me to the end of this video and let's just dive right into it. My name is Tochi. You're welcome to my channel. Please subscribe to my channel, like this video and share it so everyone can benefit from it. And to all my returning subscribers, you guys are welcome back. In the UK, you're allowed to drive with your country's driver's license for 12 months. So if you're from Nigeria, of course, I'll be talking about Nigeria because that's where I'm from. So if you're from Nigeria or coming from anywhere, you're allowed to drive with your country's driver's license for 12 months. Some people argue that you need your international driver's license to do that. I don't know about that one, but what I know from experience is that you can use your normal Nigerian driver's license in the UK. Is accepted. All right, so that is what we used, because from experience we used the normal Nigerian driver's license we're using in Nigeria to drive in the UK for 12 months, get all the car tax, car insurance, everything that we did with it, and it was accepted, right? So if you have your normal in your country's driver's license, you can use it in the UK for the first 12 months. So if you're able to get a car within that period, you can drive with your home country's driver's license for the first 12 months. After that, you can now proceed, to get your UK driver's license. You can drive in Great Britain on your full valid driving license for 12 months from when you became resident. So it's after 1 year that you're expected to get the UK driver's license. That is if you have a valid driver's license from your home country before coming to the UK. But if you don't have that and you want to start driving in the UK, then you need to just proceed, and get the UK driver's license. Okay, so let's quickly move to how you can get your UK driver's license. The first step is to get a provisional driver's license. So how do you do that? Basically, is to go to the UK government website and apply to get your provisional driver's license. I think I paid £34 for mine. So you would fill the form, give them some of the documents they need, and after they've checked everything, they would now send the provisional driver's license to your home address. All right, so it is with that provisional driver's license that you would use to book your theory test. So the theory test is the first test you need to take if you want to get your UK driver's license. So you just prepare for that. Basically, I just downloaded the DVSA theory test kit. That was what I used to prepare and pass mine at a sitting. I think I've made a full video on how I prepared and passed my theory test in 1 week. You would want to see that video if you've not seen it. So I'm going to try and leave the link to that video in the description box. All right, you just read and prepare for your theory test, know your road signs and everything that is required of you, and then book and write your theory test. So just a tip, if you want to book your theory test, you need to book ahead of time, because sometimes when you're prepared to write that test, there might not be availability in your area or your city, so you need to book ahead of time. So if you're looking at writing your theory test in September, you have to book now, or even if you want to write in October or anytime, you have to book on time so that you can find a slot whenever you're ready to write your test. All right, so that is that for that. So after that, you now go ahead to book your practical test. So for your practical test, you're expected to drive for 40 to 45 minutes where they would, examine your driving, test you and see if you can actually drive. And if you pass the test, you will now be given your full UK driver's license. So if you know how to drive before coming to the UK, it shouldn't be an issue. What I advise is that you should just book maybe 1 or 2 mock tests with all these driving instructors and just familiarize yourself with what examiners are looking at, familiarize yourself with UK roads and what they'll be testing you on. But if you don't know how to drive before coming to the UK, then that's where the issue is, because you would need to register with an instructor, take a whole lot of driving lessons and mock tests. So you have to go for like maybe 2 hours in a week, 1 hour in a week. It just depends on the agreement you have, and it's not cheap at all. Some charge £40 per hour, some £35. It just depends, okay, on your instructor and how much they charge. So that's basically all you need to know about the driving test. So let's now move to car tax, okay? This is very important because most petrol cars in the UK have car tax. And the tax you pay on your car depends on the emission. So you just go online and input the details of the car. It will show you how much car tax you're supposed to pay on the car. So that's basically for petrol cars, yeah, but for electric cars, you don't need to pay car tax, right? And of course, electric cars are more expensive to buy. So for your car tax, it could be from £0 to anywhere above £300. It just depends on the type of car. All right. So that is why it's very important to note the car tax of a car before you buy any car. So before you buy a car, copy the plate number, and input the details in the UK government website. It will show you the car tax of that car. So you will know how much tax you're going to be paying on that car. So now we'll move to car insurance, all right? So you will need to insure your car when you buy it in the UK. And how much you pay on insurance depends on so many factors. It depends on the type of car, how many years you've been driving, if you've had any claim on your insurance before, your postcode. So your car insurance depends on a lot of factors, right? It could be anywhere from £500 and above. It could be anything really. But as a new immigrant, you should just keep your mind open to paying, a high car insurance. If you get anything less than £500 as a new immigrant for your first car, then you're very lucky, all right? But just keep your mind open, all right? It could be as high as, £800 and above. But I think as time goes on, it will now start dropping. But for the first time, it might be a bit high. So just keep your mind open to that. The next point we'll be discussing is MOT. You know what we call roadworthiness. That is basically to just check your car to make sure that it's worthy to be on the road. All right, so you pay about £50 for that every year. So every car that is on the road in the UK must pass the MOT. But if you're buying a new car, there's no need for MOT for the first 3 years. But basically, just note that you'll be taking your car for MOT every year and you'll be spending about £50 for that. It's just to make sure that your car is worthy to be on the road. So now let's move to the very important part of this video, and that is the cost of buying a car. So now I think prices of cars are increasing generally, but just keep like £1,000 and above if you want to buy a car. It also depends on the kind of car. I learned that manual cars are cheaper to buy than automatic cars. So of course, if you want to buy new cars, it will be more expensive. But if you want to buy fairly used cars or buy from somebody, it will be cheaper than buying new cars. So you can either pay cash for a car or you finance the car. So I'll be sharing with you how you can finance your car. There are 3 ways that I know of. If you know more, please leave it in the comment section. So the first one is hire purchase. So basically you pay a certain amount of money for a car. That is, you deposit an amount of money and then spread the payment over a number of years. It could be 1 year, 2 years, 3 years. It just depends on your agreement with the dealer. All right, so once you complete your payment, the car becomes yours. So when you buy a car, you pay the deposit and then you now start paying maybe monthly for the car. It just depends on your agreements with the dealer, and that's it. Once you complete your payments, the car becomes yours. In summary, that's what hire purchase is all about. So the next one is PCP. So for PCP, you pay a deposit for the car and then spread the other payments maybe for 3 to 5 years. It just depends on your agreements with the dealer. All right. So at the end of the deal, okay, you can now make a balloon payment to keep the car, or return the car to the dealer. And the amount you pay is usually determined, at the beginning of the deal. After the end of the deal and you want to keep the car, you just make a balloon payment to keep the car. But if you don't want to keep the car, then you can return it to the dealer. So that's basically what PCP is all about. And the third one is lease. So for lease, as the name implies, it's just like borrowing a car and be paying a particular amount of money monthly for maybe 2 years or 3 years. It just depends on your agreement with the dealer. All right. After the expiration of the agreed period, you would have to return the car. There's no option of ownership, okay, when it comes to lease. So we've talked about car finance, and I'm sure most of you will be asking, so how do I get car finance for my car? So basically, most dealers arrange car finance for you. If you go into any car dealer shop and explain to them that you want a car, they will discuss, the options you have with you, share with you the companies they work with, the finance companies they work with, and all of that. And then the companies will run checks on you, and if they're okay with you, then they would give you the car finance. So that's basically it about driving, buying, and owning your car in the UK. I hope this helps. If you have any other contribution, anything I've not shared, please leave it for us in the comment section. And if you have any question as well, feel free to leave it in the comment section. All right, and I'll see you guys in my next video. Bye bye.